comes anytime. Distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues, and dear friends. It's an honor and profound privilege to welcome you to this first Congress of Balkan Society of Pediatric and Congenital Heart Diseases. Today, we gather not just as representative of our individual nations, but as a united community of physicians dedicated to pediatric cardiology and cardiac surgery. As you know, the Balkans has long been a crossroads of history and culture. 2 years ago, we decided to turn this crossroads into a bridge of knowledge, collaboration, and innovation by initiating the creation of the Balkan Society of Pediatric and Congenital Heart Diseases. I had the privilege of being elected by the Society's initial members as the first acting president, which gave me the opportunity today to organize the Society's first meeting focused on congenital and pediatric heart valve diseases. I see this Congress as a crucial chance to share our experiences, exchange our latest research, and tackle the specific cardiac health challenges in our region. Together with the committee members, I tried to design the scientific program in a spirit of collective commitment to raising standards in pediatric cardiac care through shared regional and international expertise. Over the next 2 days, we will explore new avenues in pediatric heart valve diseases, fostering partnerships that transcend the borders by bringing together anatomists, cardiac health practitioners, and academics. I want to thank our guest speakers, the Metropolitan College, Euroclinic Athens, and Kalangos Foundation for sponsoring this event, and everyone here for traveling to participate in this meeting. Let's use this opportunity to learn from each other, ignite new ideas, and cultivate lasting friendships that strengthen the fabric of healthcare across the Balkans. Welcome again, and let the exchange of knowledge begin. And now, I kindly request Professor Vojislav Parezanovic to come on the stage and address the Assembly, because he will be, at the beginning of 2027, for 2 years, the next president, acting president of the Balkan Society. Professor Parezanovic.
Dear Professor Kalangos, dear colleagues, thank you for this opportunity. First of all, I would like to thank Professor Kalangos for his idea and his energy. His idea to get us together and to re-establish Balkan Society of Pediatric Cardiology. We had some association, and I remember when I started my professional career in pediatric cardiology, it was 90s year, the last century. We had a few congresses, I think 3, one in Sofia, Bulgaria, and one in Belgrade, and one in Turkey. But for some reasons that stopped, and we didn't have organized professional chances to cooperate, and now Professor Kalangos really get a huge idea to make some organization like this one. Thank you for your first Balkan Congress organized here. I hope in 2 years in Belgrade we will have opportunity to get you again, but not only in 2 years. I hope the first Congress and first meeting will help us to even cooperate more between countries of Balkans. We have a great cooperation between, for example, countries of former Yugoslavia, as well as for some for our teacher from Great Roman Street, of course, then from Germany and other countries. But this will be maybe the initial step to re-establish this connection and to maybe work even more together, exchange not only our knowledges, but our patients, our skills, and once again, I hope we will enjoy those 2 or 3 days here and in 2 years in Belgrade. So I invite you since now to plan 2028 to become in Belgrade. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Parzanovic, for this few words. Now, unfortunately, Professor Yiannopoulos, who is the acting president of the Hellenic Society of Pediatric Cardiology, was not able to be present here for the inaugural welcome address. And we have a video. He sent us a video. Could you show the video, please?
Dear Professor Kalagos, distinguished professors, dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, as President of the Hellenic Society of Pediatric Cardiology and on behalf of all our members, I am delighted to welcome you to the first International Congress to the Balkan Society of Pediatric and Congenital Heart Disease in Athens. It is a great honor for our country to host such an important scientific meeting with an outstanding program and distinguished speakers who will contribute significantly to the advancement of our knowledge in pediatric cardiology, adult congenital heart disease, and congenital cardiac surgery in children and adults. Dear Professor Kalagos, your invaluable contribution to Greece is well known and deeply appreciated. Today, this contribution is further enriched by the organization of this important Congress, whose impact will extend beyond the continued education of physicians in the face of rapid developments on our field and will ultimately contribute to improving healthcare services for children and adults with congenital heart disease. Dear colleagues, I wish every success to the Congress and all participants a productive meeting and a pleasant stay in Athens.
Yes, we thank Professor Yiannopoulos for these kind words. And now I am honored to invite Professor Elena Siapati, the Dean of the Faculty of Health Sciences of the Metropolitan College, to the stage to deliver a welcome speech.
Good morning, everyone. Kalimera. It's a great pleasure to welcome you all to the first Congress of the Balkan Society of Pediatric and Congenital Heart Diseases, which is hosted here today at Metropolitan College, Marousi campus. For those who don't know, Metropolitan College is the largest provider of transnational education in Greece, offering bachelor's, master's, and professional doctorate programs in collaboration with key UK universities, such as University of East London, Oxford Brookes University, and Queen Margaret University of Edinburgh. At the School of Health, our programs span a wide range of disciplines, including biomedical sciences, nursing, physiotherapy, dietetics, and occupational therapy, all united by a shared goal to prepare the next generation of healthcare professionals that capable of addressing complex health challenges through knowledge, innovation, and interdisciplinary work, teamwork. This philosophy is reflected in our Center for Interdisciplinary Education and Research in Rehabilitation. And through this center, we educate our students on the importance of working within a team with the aim of improving patient outcomes and advancing evidence-based healthcare. So I think the field of pediatric and congenital heart diseases is a powerful example of why such interdisciplinary collaboration is essential. From diagnosis and clinical management to rehabilitation and long-term patient support, care for children and adults with congenital heart conditions relies on the combined expertise of many different health professionals. So we're particularly pleased that this Congress is taking place in Athens and that our Marousi campus can serve as a space for dialogue, learning, and collaboration. So on behalf of Metropolitan College and the School of Health, I would like to extend our warmest welcome to all participants and wish you a highly productive and inspiring Congress. Ευχαριστώ. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Siapati, for this welcome address. Now, tomorrow we will have, an important business meeting, which will be also the General Assembly of the Balkan Society. If you are not yet a member of the society, and if you would like to get the vote, because we will decide, for the third president, it means, the third country which will be responsible for the organization of the third meeting of the Balkan Society. And for that reason, I recommend you, I kindly ask you, to go and find Mrs. Fotini Kirici, who is the coordinator of the Balkan Society, and make your registration. It's important. We have the statutes, the bylaws, and we have to respect them. Because tomorrow, there is 4 important issues. We will discuss about them, and we have to decide. We need, more members, and then I will present also, as we created the Journal of Pediatric and Congenital Heart Diseases. Is a peer-reviewed scientific journal. Until now, we had only 3 articles, and we have also to promote the edition of this journal, because otherwise we will lose, the right to get this open access journal, okay? The success of the journal is the success of the Balkan Society, okay? And for this end, we would like also to promote scientific academic articles. Now, Professor Parzanovic.
Thank you, Professor Kalangos. Now we will start with the official part, the first session, which was about mitral valve. And it's my really great pleasure, my honor to announce the first lecture from the famous Professor Robert Anderson. We, all of us, started to learn about congenital heart diseases from his books, from anatomy and morphology of congenital heart diseases. So it's really our pleasure to see his another lecture, Anatomy of Congenital Stenosis and Regurgitation of Mitral Valve, which the lecture, of course, was recorded, and now we will have opportunity to listen. Please.